Today, Army recognition is focusing on new products, or let's say not really new products, but products that are displayed for the very first time. Let's start with two spectacular vehicles displayed in an Arctic environment. First, from your left, is the Pantsir-SA, the short-range anti-aircraft missile and gun system. And the other one, the big one, is the Thor M2DT, which is an air defense missile system. The Pantsir-SA is this short-range anti-aircraft missile and gun system. Its purpose is in fact intended for efficient air defense of small-size military and military-industrial facilities and fire systems reinforcement at low and very low altitude. Some performance specification: the engagement envelope is using missile weapons is by altitude 15 to 15,000 meters. By range, it's from 1,200 to 20,000 meters. And if using gun weapons, by altitudes from 0 to 3,000 meters, and by altitude to 200 to 4,000 meters. Ammunition capacity is going to be 12 anti-aircraft missiles and 1,400 shells for the 30mm gun. The speed of engaged targets can up to 1,000 meters per second, and maximum number of target handling channels are 4. The Thor M2DT air defense missile system is intended for destruction of fixed and rotary wing aircraft, cruise missiles and other guided missiles, gliding and guided aerial bombs, and also unmanned aerial vehicles in Arctic and extreme north environment in adverse climatic conditions. The combat vehicle is a self-contained mobile fighting unit with high cross-country capability. It's amphibious, of course. The system is capable of detect, identify and engage air targets in any environment. Some performance specification: the target detection range can get up to 32 kilometers. The number of concurrently handled targets is up to 144. The number of target handling channels is up to 4. The target engagement range is claimed to be from 1 to 15 kilometers, and the target engagement altitude ranges from 1 kilometer to 12 kilometers. Ammunition capacity: 16 anti-aircraft guided missiles, and it's crewed by 3 people. Now we have a brand new machine, something that was revealed only 2 days ago here at Army 2018. It's the Armata T-15 mechanized infantry combat vehicle. Look at this shape, look at the turret, which is really brand new. It's a strange machine regarding its shape. It looks very, very, very performant, but let's have a look on its performance claimed by the manufacturer. The Armata T-15 mechanized infantry combat vehicle is intended to transport mechanized infantry personnel, fire support or dismounted infantry, destruction of enemy manpower, anti-tank weapons and soft armored vehicles. The vehicle is suitable for operation in various climate environments at any time of day. Some performance specification: crew personnel is only 2, but troopers, it means the vehicle can carry up to 9 persons. The combat loaded weight is 50 tons, which is quite heavy. The engine output capacity is from 1,200 to 1,500 horsepower. The maximum traveling speed is claimed to reach 80 kilometers an hour, with the range, vertical engines, of 500 kilometers. Its weapons are a 7.62mm Kalashnikov tank-mounted machine gun, the PKT, an anti-tank missile system with 4 Cornet anti-tank missiles. Now, a vehicle that is not actually brand new, but it's impressive, and the Russians have decided to display it among new vehicles. So we also choose to introduce you to the 2S35SV. It's a self-propelled gun, the Koalitsiya-SV. The Koalitsiya-SV is intended for destruction of single and group stationary and moving enemy targets, both exposed and fortified on prepared positions, counter-battery fire, destruction of permanent fortification facilities, sea surface targets engagement, and also lighting up, smoke, blanketing of terrain. Some performance specification, it's a 152mm caliber. The maximum fire range is up to 70 km. The rate of fire, shots per minute, remains it's between 12 and 15. The vehicle carries 60 shells. It's crewed by 3 people, and all in one, the gun weight is 45 tons. The T-14 Armata is a tank about which lots have been said. It's said to be a much advanced main battle tank that the Western tanks cannot compete with, but it is also said to be too expensive to be mass-produced. Only the future will let us know what will actually happen. But certainly this tank will also attract a lot of attention from all the visitors here at Army 2018. Even if it's brand new with an impressive technology, the T-14 Armata is a classic main battle tank in its role. So it's intended for mobile battle in tank and infantry detachments against any enemy as part of mean of combat in any hostile environment under the effect of any weapons used by enemy. Unique, human-friendly layout of the tank provides accommodation of 3 crew personnel in front of compartment of the chassis. It's less vulnerable compared to other sections of the tank. In highly protected man-controlled compartment, reliably isolated from fuel and ammunition. The tank is based on concept of remotely controlled and manned, others say, combat module with gun assembly. In addition, gun with larger caliber is installed. Highly efficient multi-level protection against anti-tank weapons, including precision weapons, is provided by new generation explosive reactive armor and integrated active protection system. Once more, some performance specification. Fully loaded, the tanks weigh 40 tons, which is not a lot actually. The gun is a 125mm. The engine power output is more than 1,200 horsepower. The maximum traveling speed is claimed to be from 75 to 80 kilometers an hour. And the vehicle endurance is claimed also to be 500 kilometers. The Koalitsiya-SV is an infantry combat vehicle. It already appeared in some footage of the Russian army, but it's not so widely spread among the Russian army units so far. So we understand why the Russians have selected to put it on display here among the new products or new vehicles, let's say, that they want to stress on at the Army 2018 Defense Exhibition. The Koalitsiya-SV mechanized infantry combat vehicle is intended for transportation of mechanized infantry personnel, fire support of dismounted infantry, destruction of enemy manpower, anti-tank weapons and soft armored vehicles. The vehicle is suitable for operation in various climate environments and at any time of day. Some performance specification. The combat weight is said to be 25 tons and it can carry 8 or 9 soldiers on top of 3 members of the crew. The weaponry is made of a 30mm automatic gun and a coaxial machine gun, a 7.62mm one, it's classic. The missiles are 4 Comet. The engine output is in fact 600 to 800 horsepower, and the vehicle can reach up to 80 kilometers an hour on hard surface roads, with a vehicle endurance range of 500 kilometers. It's hard to understand why the Russians did not make it easier to reach, to get closer access to the two F-38 Derivatsiya-PVO. It's an anti-aircraft system, as you can see. Derivatsiya takes its name very simply. Why? Because it's based on the very well-known BMP-3 infantry combat vehicle. Some performance specification of the two S-38 Derivatsiya-PVO. The maximum target engagement range is 6 kilometers. The maximum target engagement altitude is 4.5 kilometers. The gun can fire 120 shots per minute, and there are 148 shells ready for firing. The maximum speed of engaged target is 500 meters per second, and the vehicle is crewed by 3 soldiers. The tank support combat vehicle, also dubbed the Terminator, has made a lot of noise, let's say, in the media. It has been tested, successfully tested, in Syria, and now the first batch is in service in the Russian army, the first batch having been delivered last April. Other example will also be delivered to the Russian army, as is now accepted as a concept, a successful concept. The BMPT is a tank support combat vehicle which is intended to fight against today's threats and can be successfully used in conflicts of any intensity for destruction of enemy anti-tank weapons and efficient suppression of enemy manpower. Multiple channel weapon system, including 2 30mm automatic guns, 2 30mm automatic grenade launchers, and 4 anti-tank missiles in combination with large ammunition capacity of the automatic guns, that is double the capacity of mechanized infantry combat vehicles currently in use. State-of-the-art target search and destruction equipment, all aspect crew protection in vehicle enable the tank support combat vehicle to engage efficiently. Multiple weapon emplacements and anti-tank system, crew personnel at longer ranges, and also to destruct hard armored targets, including tanks and heavy mechanized infantry combat vehicles. The engine is a V92S2 of 1000 horsepower. The vehicle is set to can travel up to 65 km per hour on hard surface road with a range of 500 km.